Harry Maguire, the player who people thought was done at Manchester United, I want to talk about why he's got back to his best, why has that happened, and ultimately what's going to go forward with Harry Maguire now. He's had some very good performances for Manchester United this season. I think he's turned back into the leader that we all knew Harry Maguire could be. Now, obviously, the big price tag he did come in for. In terms of Harry Maguire as a player this season, there's been a huge change, and I think it's just the mentality that's changed for Maguire. I think, listen, he got the captaincy way too early, and I think the fact that Ten Hag was probably one of the best decisions he made, taking the captaincy off Maguire, I think that massively helped him. His confidence, and just a big pressure off the shoulder. He could just focus on improving his game. Now, I think obviously the back three system has helped him. But I want to talk about Maguire's attitude and quality at the moment. Listen, he got that winning goal. It was miles offside against Leicester, but it was still a goal. You had to be in that position. And we know Maguire's assets. He's very good at heading the ball. His aerial duels are fantastic. And I think for me, he's been one of Manchester United's best defenders. I'm not going to say in the Premier League because that's a push, because you've had Van Dijk, Gabriel, Saliba, Ruben Diaz. But if he continues on this path, he will, for me, be up there this season because, as I said, people thought in the summer there was no way back for Maguire. Bids coming in left, right and centre, but he somehow stayed at Manchester United. Then you follow on 6-7 months later from that, Amorim confirmed that he's going to be getting an extension on his deal, which does show what Maguire is doing now. Obviously long term, I'm not going to talk about giving him a 2-3 year deal. There was a period at the time, as I said, me included, wanted Harry Maguire to go. All the pundits were criticising him, but I think ever since that sort of moment, ever since the captaincy has been taken off him, he showed that quality, that leadership and ability on the pitch, which has been fantastic for someone like him. Now, I think what has changed, the back three system has helped him, but his qualities have always been there. His passing range is fantastic, aerially he's fantastic. But obviously, every player has their weaknesses. There was a few moments in the game against Leicester where the ball's gone in behind and he does lack pace. I think being in the back three system, I think we need to see a bit more from Maguire. But listen, you can see it now there's a few games where he hasn't started, and we are missing someone with Maguire's presence. Yes, he's had some poor games for Manchester United. I remember that game against Sevilla away, but then that was that period where he was just absolutely fantastic, and he's been that season. He's made some very good duels. Everyone knows that performance away at Arsenal, which was fantastic. Just a proper captain's performance, and I think it's always good. Obviously, you're going to have one captain with the armband, but it's always good having someone who other leaders. I think right now we have Bruno. I think Casemiro obviously doesn't play, but he's a leader. Martinez, again, he's not playing, but he's a leader. Like, we need to get leaders in and around the pitch, and just to help the young players, but also you always need leaders around it. And in terms of Maguire, in terms of stats this season, if you want to look at per 90, he averages around like 2 touches in the opposition box. Maguire shouldn't be doing that. In terms of tackles won, 52% of his tackles won. Aerial duels, 67% of his aerials duel, 1 per 90, which is pretty solid. 3 interceptions per game. He's not really committing too many fouls. He's making blocks. He's winning possession in the final third. And I think he's someone, I remember at Leicester, he was very good at bringing the ball through and playing. Like, I remember he used to go on so many runs just down the left wing, and he used to do that at times at Manchester United, but he hasn't done that so much, maybe because he is playing as the central centre-back, and that is a very key space. If they move out, if that central centre-back moves forward, you do leave a lot of space in behind. But I remember at Chelsea when Thomas Tuchel played that back three, he beat Antonio Rudiger. He was having shot after shot, just driving, carrying with the ball from that left centre-back position. And in Martinez's absence, you could see something like that potentially happen, where you put Maguire in that position, we can carry and drive with the ball, because I think that's something that we're missing. I think Maguire's qualities are certainly there. Now, he's on a lot of money, but I think at the end, it'll be 2026, Maguire will probably leave Manchester United, and you would have looked at, he joined in 2019, so it'll be 7 years at the club. He would have had a very, very good 7 years. Obviously, the first couple, he's had some shaky parts, but so have all players. And I think the way that he's responded has been the ultimate professional. We know he's always on time in training. We know how he's a quality defender. And he's been very underrated by Manchester United this season. I think, listen, you look at some of the centre-backs in the Premier League, Van Dijk, world class, Saliba, Gabriel, Ruben Diaz. There's been some other players out there, but I don't think Maguire, he'd probably been like top 10 maybe for this season. Like, he's been severely underrated. And I know we have we have Martinez, we have Yoro. Obviously Martinez are injured, we have Maguire, but I think Maguire, for me, is just a sense of security when you do play him in that back three, because you know he might get turned, but you know his qualities are certainly there, and we've always been used to playing that low defensive line when Maguire's in the team, but now we can really start to change that, and I think you can see Maguire's qualities when he does play as well. But yeah, I'm very happy with Maguire at the moment. He's had some very good performances for Manchester United. The quality is certainly there. A player who's been massively criticised by the media, the fans, but he stayed resilient. He continued to work hard, and I think the quality and the rewards are paying for Maguire's hard work, and he kept through some tough times. He could have left to West Ham in the summer, but he wanted to stay and continue. When you see, I think that extra year is rewarded. I think you stick him around for another year, maybe bring a Kokonki. We got Aiden Heaven, bring those players through to potentially replace Maguire. But I think at the moment he's in a very good place. And you look at some of the big games he's played against Arsenal away. He played against Man City away. I'm pretty sure he started against Anfield. No, he did start against Liverpool at Anfield away. So he's had some very good moments. And I think you have to give Maguire credit where it's due. But I'm going to leave it there. We must... Listen, criticism going to be there. He had made mistakes this season. I remember against Brighton, when we were all screaming for the lit to play. Maguire played, he made a mistake, we lost the game. But particularly since Amorim's come into the manage the team, he's been nothing but spectacular. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.